Welcome to this lecture on motion of a system of particles and a rigid body. Why a system of particles? What is a rigid body? We have seen so far कि जब हम न्यूटन्स के लॉज की बात करते हैं, whenever we write न्यूटन्स लॉज, जैसे फर्स्ट लॉ, सेकंड लॉ या थर्ड लॉ, फॉर एग्जांपल आप सेकंड लॉ लिखते हैं that F is equal to mass into acceleration. Often we think of a small particle which is a dot and its mass is m, and then we multiply with the acceleration of that particle. That way, whenever we think of other laws, we think of a single point mass. But the real world does not have point masses only. Real world में जब भी हम देखते हैं, there can be a rod, there can be a sphere, there can be a sheet, there can be very complicated masses. So what to do? How to apply Newton laws when we have a large collection of points or a large collection of point masses which are arranged in different geometrical shapes, which are arranged in different sizes, and they bear a different density. So this becomes something significant. एक rigid body हम एक ऐसे object को कहते हैं जो object पहले तो एक bulk mass हो. So it could be a bulk mass like this, which I can think in the form of a big stone or in the form of a metal piece or in the form of some object. और इस पर एक criterion जो applicable है वो ये है कि whatever may be the nature of force, the strength of force applied to this rigid body, there should be no change in the interatomic distance within the rigid body. So the term rigid or rigidity here means कि their particles are already so close to each other कि अगर हम उन पर कोई भी force, हम थ्योरी में तो कहते हैं कि any magnitude of force, but that is not practically possible. तो अगर हम किसी भी magnitude का force इन particles पर apply करें तो उनकी जो interparticle या interatomic distance है वो distance बदलना नहीं चाहिए. This is the definition of a rigid body. Now the moment you think of an object of the type like we have stone, we have glass, we have steel, or for that matter we have quartz, तो ये approximate करते हैं to the rigid body structure, क्योंकि अगर एक considerable force इन पर apply करें हम, that considerable force does not deform them. So they are non-deformable under a given force. So we can approximate them in the laboratory as rigid bodies. But otherwise saying in the perfect accuracy, there is no perfect rigid body as such. So we can approximate these hard structures as rigid bodies. अब जो हमने बात कही कि जब एक rigid body move करना शुरू करता है जिस पर कहीं force apply होता है, how to apply this equation, जिस equation में हम कहते हैं कि force is equal to mass into acceleration, क्योंकि यहाँ पर काफी सारे mass points हैं, एक single mass नहीं है, तो हम कहाँ imagine करें कि इस बॉडी का मास रेस्ट कर रहा है किस पॉइंट पर और उसी पॉइंट पर हम फोर्स अप्लाई करने की बात करें. सो देयर इज ए मैथमेटिकल अप्रोच टू इट, और वी हैव ए स्पेसिफिक पॉइंट ऑन ए रिजिड बॉडी व्हिच वी कॉल एज इट्स सेंटर ऑफ मास, और यू मे एब्रिविएट इट लाइक दिस. और ये सेंटर ऑफ मास आप कह सकते हो कि सेंटर ऑफ मास इज एन इमेजिनरी पॉइंट ऑन द रिजिड बॉडी. It may lie inside the actual mass or lie outside it. It has a mathematical description where we can assume that the whole mass of the rigid body is present. So if I can imagine कि जो ये object है इसका ये point अगर center of mass है, so subtract all this mass and put this mass here. आप imagine करो कि ये सारा का सारा mass इस cross पर lie करता है, then this cross becomes the center of mass. How does the concept of center of mass help us? The concept of center of mass helps us to apply Newton's laws to the dynamics of rigid bodies. Because जो हमारे पास actual world में objects lie करते हैं, they may not be always dots, or they may not be of a very simplistic shape like that of a sphere or a rod. They may be very complicated shapes, लेकिन जो एक center of mass का concept है, ये इन सबको unify करता है, and we start off with the idea of center of mass. अब देखिए, सबसे पहले हम एक सिंपलेस्ट सिस्टम लेते हैं. दैट सिंपलेस्ट सिस्टम इज टू मास पॉइंट्स. आई कॉल them as m1 and m2 lying along the x-axis. So this is x-axis. There is the center O of x-axis, and I call this as the mass point m1. I call this as the mass point m2, and I put the distance along the x-axis of m1 equal to x1, and I put the distance of m2 along the x-axis to be equal to x2. तो जैसे आप रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं दो डॉट्स को, इनिशियली वी इमेजिन देम टू बी स्मॉल डॉट्स एज इट. सो जैसे आप रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, दिस वुड बी अ पॉइंट. आई कैन राइट इट एज x10, which is the coordinates of this point, and this point I can write as x20. That means y axis पर जो ये y का coordinate है वह 0, and this is the x coordinate of this. So this is x dash. So this diagram is amply clear कि we are treating two mass points जो एक सिस्टम को कंपाइल कर रहे हैं या एक सिस्टम को बना रहे हैं. So we have a system of particles of two masses m1 and m2. We have placed them whose coordinates along x-axis are x1 and x2. Now I as such introduce a definition. The definition says कि अगर हमें इस सिस्टम का, दो पॉइंट्स के सिस्टम का सेंटर ऑफ मास ढूंढना है, फिर उस सेंटर ऑफ मास की पोजीशन एक्स एक्सिस पर ही होगी, और उस सेंटर ऑफ मास का जो कोऑर्डिनेट है वो होगा एक्सियम, विच मे बी सम पॉइंट इन दिस अलोंग द एक्स एक्सिस. और उस एक्सियम की वैल्यू जो होगी दैट विल बी गिवन बाय m1 x1 प्लस m2 x2 divided by m1 plus m2. So this is by definition that if we have a two particle system of two masses m1 and m2 located at positions x1 and x2, then their center of mass has a position given by axiom equal to m1 multiplied by its position coordinate, that's x1, and added to m2 x2, and then divide by m1 plus m2. इस डेफिनेशन को बाद में हम एक टू डायमेंशनल या प्लेन में अगर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हो मास की, उस पर भी अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. अगर स्पेस में हो उस पर भी अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. अगर काफी सारे पॉइंट्स हो अलोंग एक्स एक्सिस, मोर देन 2, उस पर भी अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. राइट नाउ वी वांट टू मेक सम कंक्लूजन्स आउट ऑफ दिस डेफिनेशन. नाउ आई स्टार्ट विद अ example like this so that some of the properties of center of mass become evident. Now let's give some values to the parameters जो इसमें involved हैं. Imagine कि हमारे पास एक 10 kg mass point है, ये 20 kg है, जो इसकी distance है वो है यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक. So this is something like OB. So we have OB equal to 20 meter and OA equal to 10 meter. So obviously OB equal to 20 meter becomes the value of x2, and OA equal to 10 meter becomes the value of x1. And then you have M1 equal to 10 kg and M2 equal to 20 kg. The moment I give these values, I can substitute it here and obtain the value of axiom, which becomes m1 into x1, that is 10 into 10, plus m2 into x2, that is 20 into 20, divided by m1 plus m2, that is 10 plus 20. So this is an answer of, this is 100 plus 400 divided by 30, that comes out to be 500 divided by 30. So this is 500 divided by 30, and this is something like 16.66 meters. So what I obtain is कि अगर यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक का distance है, this distance as I have said x1 is equal to 10 meter, और ये है हमारे पास the value of x2 equal to 20 meter, and I have obtained now the value for axiom, which is equal to 16.66 meter. तो आप समझ आएंगे कि यहाँ 10 है यहाँ तक. So this could be somehow the red cross I am putting would be 16.66 meter, which is center of mass of this system. नाउ आई हैव सीन कि सेंटर ऑफ मास जो इस सिस्टम का है, इट इज अ पॉइंट विच लाइज बिटवीन m1 एंड m2. तो ये 20 है, ये 10 है, सो इट लाइज बिटवीन 20 and 10. So it is a point at a distance of 16.66 meters from the origin O. Now, if I go by the property अगर ये हो कि if I have the value of M1 and M2 equal to each other, so एक और केस ले लेते हैं. Let M1 is equal to M2 is equal to, मान लेते हैं both of them are a mass here and a mass here of 15 kg each, 15 kg each. Then what will be the answer to this question? The answer will be कि जो xcm की value है, that will be equal to m1 into x1, that is 15 kg multiplied by x1. x1 is 10 plus, then I have mass of m2 now equal to 15 kg, 15 kg into 20 divided by, I have both masses equal to 15, 15 plus 15, so this will be equal to 150, 150 plus 300 divided by 30, divided by 30, 15 plus 15 is 30, so this would be 450 divided by 30, and this comes out to be a distance of 45 divided by 3 is 15 meters. Or you will agree with me कि in case these two masses become equal, देखिए यहां तक है 10 मीटर, यहां तक है 20, इन दो के बीच में जो डिस्टेंस है वो जगह 10 मीटर का, उसका जो पॉइंट उसका हाफ जो है that will be 5 meter, so you are at a distance of 15 meter will be the midpoint of these two, so that will be somewhere here. So generalized formula has come up. The generalized formula is that while writing center of mass of a system of two particles with the relation m1 x1 plus m2 x2 divided by m1 plus m2, if m1 is equal to m2 is equal to m, then xcm would be equal to m x1 plus m x2 divided by m plus m. So I can take m common. I have x1 plus x2 divided by, this will be 2m divided by 2m, this m will get cancelled, so it will be equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2. आप देखेंगे जो ये x1 ये है x1 plus x2 divided by 2 आप करेंगे, you will get the midpoint of this distance. That way the center of mass will be at midpoint between the two masses, which is quite logical. It is logical in this respect कि अगर हम दोनों मासेस को इक्वल बनाते हैं और मिड पॉइंट पर कहीं हम अपना हाथ रखते हैं, see how it is going to behave. It's going to behave like this, that when I take an object like this, so this is an, so देखिए what this discussion has shown so far, it has shown कि अगर मैं एक ऑब्जेक्ट लेता हूं, this is assumed to be a rigid body, और इस rigid body का अपना कहीं एक weight act कर रहा है. This rigid body you see is stretched in the form of a rod, so it is stretched in the form of a rod. इस rod का अपना जो weight है, that weight is acting somewhere. तो मैं डिटेक्ट कर सकता हूं कि वो weight कहां पर एक्ट करता है. Suppose if there is the point here जहां पर इसका weight mg एक्ट कर रहा है, I can counter the weight mg by balancing it with the help of a force which I will apply upwards. मगर जो उस पॉइंट की पोजीशन डिटेक्ट करनी है मुझे कि ये पॉइंट कहां पर है, दिस वेट और दिस फोर्स विच आई एम अप्लाइंग एज एन एक्सटर्नल फोर्स फ्रॉम माय हैंड शुड बी एट द सेम पॉइंट जहां पर mg एक्ट कर रहा है, सो दैट द टू फोर्सेस विल कैंसल आउट. लेट्स ट्राई दिस. देखिए अगर मैं यहां ट्राई करूं, इट इज फॉलोइंग दिस वे, दैट मींस आई हैव नॉट फाउंड दिस पॉइंट एज येट. अगर मैं यहां ट्राई करूं, देन इट्स फॉलोइंग दिस वे. सो आई एक्सपेक्ट द पॉइंट टू बी समवेयर हियर in the middle of this. आप देखेंगे the moment I put it exactly in the middle of this rod, I have found its center of mass. You understand कि अब जो मेरे हाथ का एक फोर्स एक्ट कर रहा है upwards, that is shown red in the figure, it is countering जो इसका mg वे downwards कर रहा है एक्ट, उसको एक काउंटर कर रहा है, and I have found its center of mass is somewhere here. अब अगर मैं यहां की तरफ जाऊं, it does not find, यहां पर सेंटर ऑफ मास नहीं. अगर मैं यहां से यहां की तरफ जाऊं, यहां सेंटर ऑफ मास नहीं. सो I have something very important to say out of this whole discussion so far, that for a body which has a uniform density throughout, the center of mass will lie at its center. बाद में हम देखेंगे कि सेंटर ऑफ मास की पोजीशन या तो एक सिमेट्रिक लाइन पर होती है या एक सिमेट्रिक प्लेन में होती है. So in that sense we will see कि very simple logic is कि the distribution of mass with respect to center of mass should be symmetrical. So I have found the center of mass of this. Now you can imagine कि अगर मैं इसी ऑब्जेक्ट को जिसका मैं सेंटर ऑफ मास ढूंढ रहा था, अगर मैं इसके यहां की तरफ वेट ऐड कर दूं, फॉर एग्जांपल आई हैव नाउ a distribution like this कि ये इसका center of mass है near the center and I add some weight here, so it will tend to fall this side. और अब अगर मैं इसको यहां इसके ऊपर रख के आप इसका सेंटर ऑफ मास ढूंढो, यू विल एग्री विद मी कि इसका सेंटर ऑफ मास यहां की तरफ शिफ्ट हो गया, इट हैज शिफ्टेड टुवर्ड्स द हेवियर पार्ट. और अगर मैं यही पेन यहां रख दूं, आई विल बी एबल टू सी कि जो इसका सेंटर में सेंटर ऑफ मास था वो इधर की तरफ शिफ्ट हो गया. एग्जाम्पल आपके सामने. द एग्जाम्पल गोज लाइक दिस कि जब हमने यहां 20 kg का मास रखा और यहां 10 kg का रखा, द सेंटर ऑफ मास यू सी इज शिफ्टेड मोर टुवर्ड्स द 20 kg. So it is, अगर ये पॉइंट है 15, so this is 16.6. somewhere I can think a value or a position towards, अगर इसका ये मिड पॉइंट हुआ, for example here is the midpoint of these two, here is the midpoint, तो इसको मैंने कहा 15 from here. तो सेंटर ऑफ मास जब 16.6 आप लेते हैं, जब आपने इसको 20 बना दिया, so its position will be more towards the heavier mass. अगर आप ये 20 आप इधर शिफ्ट कर दें 10 की जगह, you will see the center of mass will be shifted more towards the heavier mass. So in a two particle system, the center of mass will lie at the midpoint. If both masses are equal, it will lie more towards that point where the heavier mass is kept. I started with the origin. तो जो origin मैंने इसमें लिया, जो distance के लिए मैंने origin लिया, that origin I have taken as a point जहां से पहला मास 10 मीटर पर है. Let's repeat this exercise doing something like this. तो आप इस डायग्राम को लेके याद रखें और ये डेफिनेशन जो हमने यूज की है इसको भी याद रखें. Let's do it like this now. अब ऐसा करते हैं that here is the x-axis, so this is x, this is x dash, then this is y dash. Instead of keeping the mass m1, at a distance of 10 meter from the origin, I keep it at the origin itself. So here is m1, which is a value of 10 kg, and this m1 has a value of x1 now, which is equal to 0, because m1 itself has been brought to the origin. और जो ये m2 है, ये m2 इससे दूरी पर है. This is m2, this is a mass of 20 kg, and you can agree with this कि जो x2 की वैल्यू अब है वो x2 की वैल्यू पहले से जैसी थी, so that value is now कि जो इन दो के बीच में डिस्टेंस था, that distance is now equal to 10 मीटर. So जो x2 की वैल्यू है that will be equal to 10 मीटर. तो इन वे हमने ये मास सिस्टम को पकड़ के ऐसे शिफ्ट कर दिया. So when m1 reaches here to the origin, m2 will be shifted somewhere here. ये थोड़ा इधर की तरफ आएगा और जो ये इन दो का बीच का डिस्टेंस था, which was 20 minus 10, that continues to be 10 still in this case. So this distance between m1 and m2 is 10 meter. Let's repeat finding the center of mass of this system now. So I have xcm equal to m1 की वैल्यू है 10 into x1 which is 0 plus m2 की वैल्यू है 20 into 10 which is the value of x2 divided by m1 plus m2, that is 20 plus 10. What I find, the answer comes out to is 0 plus 20 into 10 is 200 divided by 20 plus 10 is 30. So it comes out to be 200 divided by 30. 0 and 0 gets cancelled. 20 by 3 comes out to be 6.66. Now start from the origin and go a distance of 6.6. So this is 5 here. तो ये यहां से लेके यहां तक 5 होगा और अगर मैं 6.6 ले लूं, it will be somewhere here. So this is a distance of 6.66 meter from m0 itself or from the origin. नाउ डू यू एग्री विद मी कि जो पहले आपका सेंटर ऑफ मास की पोजीशन थी ये था 5 बिटवीन दीज टू, यहां से लेके यहां तक 10 है, ये इसका मिड पॉइंट है। ये मिड पॉइंट से अगर हम यहां से लेते हैं ये 16.66 था, 16.66 में 10 निकाल दें तो ये रह जाएगा 6.66। सो दिस डिस्टेंस in that case was also equal to 6.66 meter. What conclusion you draw from here? We draw a conclusion that while we talk about the center of mass of a system of particles, let it be a two particle system, then the position of center of mass is independent of the position of origin of the Cartesian or coordinate system. So it is not that coordinate system decides the position of center of mass, but the center of mass has a position which is decided by the distribution of masses on that axis. So this is the distribution has not changed. हमने 20 kg को 20 रखा, 10 kg को 10 रखा, हमने distribution को नहीं बदला, हमने उनके बीच में distance 10 रखी, तो center of mass की position वही आपको मिली जो पहले आपको मिल रही थी. Now these conclusions which we have talked about for a two particle system can be summed up, and we go to extend this scheme now to a system of particles which are not two but there are many particles in case of a distribution, and let all those particles lie along the x-axis. तो जब हम एक ऐसी distribution की बात करते हैं, we have a discrete distribution. Discrete means कि mass points अलग अलग है और x-axis पर lie कर रहे हैं, and they have the different positions or different points they are occupying along the x-axis. So this is y o y dash, this is x, then this is x dash. Now imagine कि ये एक mass point है whose value is m1 और जो उसका coordinate है वो है x1 0, और यहाँ पर एक और point है, this is a mass m2, its coordinate is x2 0. Then we have a mass point m3, they could be different from each other, its position lies at x3 0. Then I have a mass point m4, its position lies at x4 0. What I find is कि अगर मुझे xcm निकालना है, then xcm would be equal to m1 x1. अब देखिए वही डेफिनेशन जो हमने यूज की टू पार्टिकल सिस्टम में, उसी को एक्सटेंड कर रहे हैं m2 x2 प्लस m3 x3 प्लस m4 x4 divided by m1 plus m2 plus m3 plus m4. And if it was a group of n particles, so extend this to n particles which were placed in this manner, I would have the position of center of mass would be equal to m1 x1 plus m2 x2 plus m3 x3 plus m4 x4, and this you can extend up to mn xn divided by, so in the denominator we have m1 plus m2 plus dash dash up to mn. This would be something like this. I can write it as summation of I taking the values from 1 to n of mi xi divided by summation of mi I takes the values from 1 to n. And this is how we go about finding center of mass of a discrete distribution of mass points along x-axis, and that would mean that we take up each mass point, multiply it to the distance it has from the origin. Origin अगर आप change करेंगे, center of mass की position नहीं बदलेगी, उसका आप ख्याल रखें that origin is your choice, that's arbitrary, और आपने फिर उस distances और masses के sum को divide कर दिया with the sum of the mass points. और अगर मैं इस summation mi को total mass of the system कह दूं, I would find that xcm becomes equal to 1 by, अब देखिए ये summation I equal to 1 to n of mi is 1 by capital M into summation of mi xi taking the values from 1 to n. This is the x coordinate of the center of mass. If it was that there is also a distribution which is placed along the y-axis, same formula. So for y-axis the only change would be कि अगर हम यही distribution को लेते हैं for y-axis, it would be YCM is equal to 1 by summation of mi, taking the values of I from 1 to n, into we have summation of mi yi, taking the values from 1 to n. तो ये चीज को ऐसे भी लिखा जा सकता है 1 by capital M into summation of mi yi, giving the values to I from 1 to n. And how about if the same thing was happening along z-axis? So I would have the value of ZCM equal to, I can write as 1 by capital M into, we have summation I equal to 1 to n mi zi, like this. तो अब आप याद रखें that if it is a multi-particle system along any of the axes, you can now determine the 3 coordinates of center of mass in this manner. So you are in a position to solve some of the very simple problems for a system of particles where many particles are placed at different positions. I give you an example. The example would go like this, कि अगर मैं ये कहूं कि मेरे पास एक system of particles है where I have placed 4 particles on the 4 points or 4 vertices of a figure like this. Say it's a square, एक square है और इसका जो वैल्यू है वो है m1 से इक्वल टू 1 kg, इसका जो वैल्यू है दैट इज m2 से इक्वल टू 2 kg, जो इसका वैल्यू है दैट इज m3 से इट इज इक्वल टू 3 kg, और जो इसका वैल्यू है दैट इज m4 इक्वल टू 4 kg. फाइंड द पोजिशन ऑफ सेंटर ऑफ मास. देखिए अब आप क्या कर रहे हो, यू आर डीलिंग विद ए प्लेन. सो दिस इज ए कार्टेशियन प्लेन जहां पर आप x एक्सिस और y एक्सिस की बात कर सकते हैं. That means you are having a distribution of mass in xy plane. And in this xy plane, if I say that the coordinates of this point A, ये जो coordinates हैं, ये है point B, this is point B, ये है point C और ये है point D. अगर मैं इनके coordinates आपको बताऊं, say this is a position 1, 1. Now this is a position, I call it as 5, 1. This way. And this is a position of 9. So this would be a position of say 5, 5. And this would be a position of, so here x equal to 1, x is equal to 1, and you see y is equal to 5, 1, 5. Can you find the position of center of mass? The answer is yes. I will do it in 2 parts. I will find the x coordinate of center of mass by taking the first mass, that is 1 kg, multiply it to the x coordinate. ये देखिए ये x coordinate है, y coordinate है, 1 into 1. Plus I take the second mass, that is 2 kg, 2, multiply it to its x coordinate. इसका जो x coordinate है, that is 5. Plus then I will take the third mass. That third mass is 3 kg. Multiply it to its x coordinate, that is 5. Then I will take the fourth mass. Fourth mass is 4 kg. 4 kg. Multiply it to its x coordinate, that is 1. Divide by the sum of masses, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. You can calculate it. So you have 1 plus 10. So 1 plus 10 plus 15 plus 4. That is to be divided by, we have 10. So this is 10, and then you get it equal to, so this is 30 divided by 10. That means the center of mass will have the x coordinate equal to 3. We will similarly find YCM for this by using the formula that YCM is m1 y1 plus m2 y2 plus, so we have YCM equal to, so go by m1 y1 plus m2 y2 plus m3 y3 plus m4 y4 and so on. So we have m1 y1, 1 into 1 plus m2 y2, 2 into 1 plus m3 y3, 3 into 5 plus m4 y4, that is 4 into 5 divided by m1 plus m2 plus m3 plus m4. So that again becomes equal to, so this is 10, So this is 1 plus 2. So 1 plus 2 plus this will be 1 plus 2 plus just 3 into 5. 3 into 5. So this is 3 into 5, that is 15 plus 20. So that gives you the value. So this will be 38 divided by 10. So that is 3.8. That way I can think of, so if this is equal to 1, then we have 2, then we have 3, we have 4, we have 5 along this axis. Similarly, this is 1, then we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5. So this is 5. The position of center of mass I have found lies at 3.8. 3.8 would mean that you have x equal to 3 and y equal to 3.8 somewhere here. This is the center of mass. अब आप देख रहे हैं कि जो सेंटर ऑफ मास की पोजीशन है, इट इज प्रोबेबली कि अगर ये सिस्टम कई बार एक ऐसा कंटिन्यूअस सिस्टम भी होता, लाइक ए रिंग और लाइक ए प्रोबेबली रेक्टेंगुलर फ्रेम, तो ये जरूरी नहीं है कि सेंटर ऑफ मास कहीं इसी फ्रेम पर लाई करेगा. इट कैन लाई आउटसाइड द फ्रेम. तो हमने इस वक्त 4 डिस्क्रीट पार्टिकल्स लिए हैं, बट लेटर ऑन व्हेन यू गो टू अ कंटिन्यूअस रिजिड बॉडी यू मे फाइंड दैट समटाइम्स द सेंटर ऑफ मास विल लाई आउटसाइड the value or outside the actual mass of the rigid body. So this was about the concept of center of mass for a discrete system of mass points, and we have a very good role which can be played by vectors in this case, and we can write the similar expression by condensing these 3 expressions. जो मैंने 3 expressions लिखे उसको अब मैं ऐसे बना सकता हूं. See, I can express the center of mass, उसका जो position vector है, that position vector I can denote like this, that position vector of center of mass is x coordinate of center of mass multiplied by I cap plus y coordinate of center of mass multiplied by j cap plus z coordinate of center of mass multiplied by k cap. Let's do a very simple exercise to prove it initially for a vector or a distribution of mass points in a plane. So we have a plane where the mass points lie, and imagine that this is xy plane. Later on we can extend it to 3 dimensions as well. तो मेरे पास एक xy plane है जिसमें mass points ऐसे lie कर रहे हैं. So here we have x axis and here is the y axis. So these are mass points like this. तो इसका मैं m1 कह देता हूं. Now I join this m1 to the origin. This becomes a position vector corresponding to m1. Call it as r1. Then I have r2. Then I have r3. So this is r3 and I have r4 and so on. मैंने 4 particles दिए. You can increase the number. So this is m1. This is m2. Then this is m3 and this is m4. And corresponding to these we have the position vectors. This is r1, then this is r2 vector, this is r3 vector and r4 vector. See, what I do now is, अगर मैं इसको ऐसे यहाँ से एक perpendicular draw करके यहाँ एक perpendicular draw करके लिखूं, so you will agree with me that this becomes x1 and this distance becomes equal to y1. अब आप देखें कि जो ये m1 है, इसके जो x coordinates और y coordinates हैं, that x and y coordinates corresponding to m1 are x1, y1. I can repeat this कि अगर मैं देखूं कि इसके x coordinate और y coordinate क्या है, it will be x2, y2. और अगर मैं ये देखूं इसके क्या है, it will be x3, y3. And similarly for this particle, this will be x4, y4. जैसे हमने पिछली एक्सरसाइज में किया, I want to find out the x coordinate of center of mass becomes m1 x1 plus m2 x2 plus m3 x3 plus m4 x4. तो ये बन गया, and we divide by m1 plus m2 plus m3 plus m4. This is for the x coordinate. Similarly for the y coordinate, what I get? I get ycm. Ycm is equal to m1 y1 plus m2 y2 plus m3 y3 plus m4 y4 divided by m1 plus m2 plus m3 plus m4. देखिए अब हम ऐसा कर सकते हैं that if I write what is vector r1, you will agree with me that I have vector r1 जो इसमें आप देख सकते हैं डायग्राम में, it will be equal to x1 into I cap plus y1 into j cap. What would be vector r2? Vector r2 would be equal to x2 into I cap plus y2 into j cap. What would be r3? Similarly, we have r3 equal to x3 I cap plus y3 j cap. Then what is r4? It would be equal to x4 I cap plus y4 j cap. Now let me write it like this कि अगर मैं ये कहूं that the position of center of mass, जो position of center of mass है उसका जो position vector होगा, that position vector I will say is RCM, and I describe RCM as the value of, we have say XCM I cap plus YCM j cap. ये इसके सेंटर ऑफ मास की पोजीशन वेक्टर की वैल्यू है. एंड इफ आई एक्सप्रेस कि RCM इज इक्वल टू MI या M1 R1 प्लस M2 R2 प्लस M3 R3 प्लस M4 R4. Does this result agree with our definition divided by M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus M4 or not? Let's try it out. देखिए R1 आपको ऑलरेडी पता है, it's X1 I cap plus Y1 J cap. So I write it as M1 into X1 I cap plus Y1 J cap. Then I write for R2. So this is M2 into X2 I cap plus Y2 J cap. Then I write for R3 plus M3 into X3 I cap plus Y3 J cap. Then I write for M4 into R4 की जगह I have X4 I cap plus Y4 J cap, और इसको हम डिवाइड कर रहे हैं, we are dividing it with M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus M4. So we are dividing it with M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus M4. अब आप देखिए ये रिजल्ट ऐसे लिखा जा सकता है. If I write here M1 X1 यहाँ I cap है, M2 X2 यहाँ I cap है, M3 X3 यहाँ I cap है, M4 X4 यहाँ I cap है. So can I take it like this? M1 X1 plus M2 X2 plus M3 X3 plus M4 X4, और इन सब के बाहर मैं I cap लिख रहा हूं, और जो ये I cap वाली सारी टर्म्स हैं ये मैंने ऐड कर दी, and there is a common denominator. That common denominator is M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus M4. Similarly, I can now take up these terms. Then J cap है, so I'll have M1 Y1 plus M2 Y2 plus M3 Y3 plus M4 Y4, और common denominator है M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus M4, यहाँ J cap. What you see now is कि ये जो सारी क्वांटिटी है ये ऑलरेडी हम डिफाइन कर चुके हैं. We have called it as XCM, so we called it as XCM. ये I cap अपनी जगह into I cap, और ये सारी क्वांटिटी हम ऑलरेडी डिफाइन कर चुके हैं. This is YCM, so we have YCM into J cap. और you have a very condensed formula now. ये जो condensed formula है, short form है, that the position vector of center of mass is equal to the position vector or x coordinate of the position of center of mass and y coordinate of the position of center of mass. x coordinate को I के साथ multiply करें, y coordinate को j के साथ multiply करें, you get the result. And you would very easily understand that you can extend this formula to 3 dimensions by adding the third term to it, that is the z coordinate of the position of center of mass. So in this lecture we understood that why it is compulsory that we bring in the concept of center of mass. We started with a particle in case of Newton's laws, applied Newton's laws to particles, then we realized that in the real world we have rigid bodies. Then for rigid body we are now going to talk about a very specialized point called as center of mass, and this discussion will continue. ये एक discrete system था. In the next discussion we will take up the center of mass of a continuous distribution of mass, which will be a better representation of a rigid body. Thank you.